was really good. It was a group effort. Jen, you did a good intro. Remember, she was getting her outpatient, and she didn't discuss anything of what she was going to do. Okay. And she brought her into the room. You didn't really discuss what you were going to do. You just said, oh, we're going to do a few things. So, but I know you were switching off therapists, so that's fine. And Jen, if you took notice, she measured the diastasis recti above and below the umbilicus. That's acceptable. Whitney, you did good with your corrective exercises. And then Ramon did the same exercise, but then he took the sheet to help control in case you couldn't reach around. Plus he added the posterior pelvic tilt. The only thing with the posterior pelvic tilt, you just need to give a better analogy, because it's just with the wording that you used was fine, but people wouldn't know what that meant and what you were doing. We couldn't really, I could see it from the back, but I couldn't really see what you were doing in the front. So maybe flattening out your back would be a good, try to flatten out your back, okay? Squeeze your bottom cheeks and kind of flatten out your back. And you may want to practice that before you have her do it. So maybe even before you introduce it, say, okay, let me introduce posterior pelvic tilt. Make sure she has that. Then once she understands posterior pelvic tilt, then you can say, okay, now that you know how to do that, I want you to incorporate into this exercise. Okay?
Try to flatten out your back and what?
Like, kind of basically squeeze your bottom cheeks together and kind of flatten out your back, And you can kind of demonstrate it, both ways, and then just make sure that she's demonstrating it while she's laying there. Once she's got it, then you can introduce it to the exercise. Okay? But good communication. I thought that was well done.
Like, you just put your hand under there and say, squeeze my hand.
Yep. Touch my hand. So you could give a manual cue as well. Anything that works. Okay, Tom. Okay, so you like the physio ball, and I do too. So when you took her up against the wall, what were you strengthening?
It was like knee extensors, quads, a little bit of the gluteus max.
Okay. And
so good overall lower body.
Okay. And why is she coming to your clinic, this patient?
She's coming to strengthen herself after having a baby.
Okay. What's her major complaint?
The lower back pain.
Okay. And the diastasis recti was corrected. So once it was corrected, then you could do more exercises. What you really want to strengthen is the core. Okay, so not so much the legs. I mean, you can, but do more of abdominal strengthening. So you can use the physio ball, but have her sit on the physio ball and say, okay, I want you to do a posterior pelvic tilt, okay, and have her do that. And then say, okay, well, I want you to keep that posterior pelvic tilt and lift up this foot. Okay, then I want you to lift the other foot up. So focus more on the core strengthening than, because then when you did the one up against the cabinet, you were using the upper body. So upper body, lower body is okay. It's really why we're trying to correct the diastasis recti, so we can start doing more.
See, I thought we were progressing, and her abdominals were getting better, and we needed it.
Right, but I want to see abdominal exercises.
Okay,
I don't want to see so much upper body. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. And you could use the physio ball. There's so many options for that question. You can have them sit on the physio ball. You can get them on the bed quadruped. Could you do a plank with that position? Quadruped. Well, these were progressive exercises. So we've corrected the diastasis recti. We could start, or we could do it in supine. We could do like the dead bug, or just lifting up the arm, then lifting up the leg. So.
Is that going to be on the thing as they progress with abdominal work, or I mean,
it should be understood though, because she's coming in for low back pain. I can't do any abdominal exercises until I correct the diastasis recti. I corrected the diastasis recti. Now I could do some abdominal strengthening. So I start off a little bit slower than what you went to, because you build up more like lower body, upper body versus the core.
If you didn't use that ball, Michelle, would you do some sit-ups and stuff? Eliminate the ball, like
straight leg raises?
Yeah. So.
You could do straight leg raises. Make sure that she has a flat back.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then Bill, I thought it was very thorough, your education. And I like the fact that he was sitting in front of the patient and just having like an intimate conversation with her. Okay, so you weren't standing and telling her what to do. You were sitting there talking to her, asking her questions about what her situation was. I thought that was very well done. And you gave several examples and went through many aspects of it. For the practical, for time, I may just ask you for one or two, and I may just stop you there.
Sorry, you have
No.
to stop me sometimes. I'll just.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's good that you're no, it's good. But like for the practical, I may just stop you if you give me one or two, and that's good. Okay, and Carly, with the massage, try to bend your knees a little bit. Okay, and if you're gonna have them on this bed, try to tell her to come closer to your side because the bed is quite wide compared to the plinth. If you had her on the plinth, she'd be very close to you. Where she's on the bed, there's a lot of room there.
Okay.
So you may just want to ask her, in addition to your body mechanics, to bring her over a little bit closer to you.
Okay.
And draping, I thought was very good. Did you have a pillow underneath her shin, her shins?
I had it under her ankles.
Or under her ankles?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as they're not completely plantar flex, so there's something
Okay.
underneath her. Good. And it might be a good review to go over the different petrassages, get yourself familiar with it, because for the pregnant woman, for the postpartum woman, you're going to have probably massage as modality. So go over those techniques, make sure that you feel comfortable with those techniques, because it's coming back again. So we didn't really practice it this semester, but you should know it from last semester. So it's good.
Michelle, if on our practical scenarios, is it going to just say demonstrate an appropriate modality, or is it going to be demonstrate a heat pack or demonstrate massage?
It'll probably tell you to do a massage.